on your first third down, and then go ahead and toss the ball up to your dad and he hands it to your mom. They share a kiss. I mean, is there a better moment? Oh,
and that's it for Pierce. He's done. On one of the best days he's had as a pro, it's over.
You know what? I'm going to predict that A.D. Mitchell is the wide receiver that terrorizes the Texans in memory of T.Y. Hilton, and we win a division and make the playoffs.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
Here, Indiana move. We from Indiana move. We from Indiana move. I'm an Indiana move.
touchdown, I-N-D-Y. And he lost the ball. There's a fumble. Who's got it? The officials say the Colts do. Great team win, baby. Drops it way downfield, intercepted, coming forward and making the INT for the Colts in the back end. To see the Colts win Super Bowl. Hey, win on three. 1, 2, 3, win!
Welcome back to the channel. This is Marcus Sniffles, and I have 3 words for you. What the fuck? What the hell?
What the hell?
Riley Leonard? Like, come on, guys. Someone has the answer for this. Whether it be Shane Steichen or Chris Ballard. Why was Riley Leonard on the bench? Why did we call 44-year-old grandpa Phillip Rivers out of retirement when we had Riley Leonard sitting on the bench? Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I've not been the biggest fan of Riley Leonard. I wasn't even a fan of him when we drafted him. I was always under the belief that he was just a poor man's Daniel Jones in terms of he's mobile, but not that mobile. He can throw the ball deep, but not that deep. Doesn't have the strongest arm, but can push the ball down the field. Accurate, but not like crazy. Like, just okay. Like, he's a 6th-round rookie, whatever. But to think that he wasn't capable or didn't have the ability to go out there and perform at a decent level compared to what we got from Phillip Rivers is kind of insane, especially when you consider what Riley Leonard did against the #1 defense in the NFL on the road. Like, he went out there, wasn't rattled, wasn't shook, had a few, rookie mistakes and rookie plays or whatever. But imagine if after the Jaguars game, instead of the Colts throwing up a Hail Mary and saying, let's go call up Phillip Rivers, they would have built a game plan around Riley Leonard's strengths like they did today. Gave him the confidence and said, like, hey, we have a great O-line. We have a great running back. We have a reliable tight end. And we have a wide receiver 1 in Alec Pierce. Why can't we build a sustainable game plan around what you can do and what you're good at? Like, it's cool that Phillip Rivers can get up to the line of scrimmage and get us into the correct play. But if he gets us into the correct play but doesn't have the arm strength to get the ball where it needs to go or get the ball downfield, who cares? Who cares if you're in the right play if you can't execute the right play? And as a coaching staff, it is your job to make sure that you keep Riley Leonard safe as a rookie, as a 6th-round pick. And I'm going to be wondering all offseason how this season could have gone had we had Riley Leonard play the last 3 games of the season, or the last 3 games that Phillip Rivers played and, the Texans game. Like, to have almost 300 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 20 rushing yards? The rushing yards is what really stands out to me. But, like, his 3rd pass, he threw it like 40 yards down the field to Alec Pierce, who was wide open. Phillip Rivers isn't doing that. Now, it kind of makes me, when I say that he's a poor man's Daniel Jones and, doesn't have that strong of an arm, that ball was underthrown. And that kind of makes you go back to what Anthony Richardson did last year against the Texans at home, where he threw that 60-yard bomb. He, had Alec Pierce running under it, or had the ball was coming over his shoulder because it was over him. Like, with Riley Leonard, he has to kind of slow down and, wait for the ball to get there, as opposed to with Anthony Richardson, he hits him in stride. And that's the difference between a 1st-round pick and a 6th-round pick. Like, it's those types of physical traits and attributes that Anthony has that Riley doesn't have. Not saying that Riley is not good enough, because he clearly is. He's clearly good enough to be a competent starter in this league. Like, it's frustrating. Like, what the hell? What the hell were we doing? What the hell were we thinking? And I like to give Riley Leonard a lot of credit because as a young rookie, anybody could have just been like, well, this team clearly doesn't believe in me. They would rather call someone that was about to go into the Hall of Fame than let me play. I mean, you could mentally go into the tank. You can mentally give up. You can mentally quit. There's a lot of things that you could do. But Riley Leonard kept it professional, kept studying, kept working on his game, and went out there and played well today. He played well enough. We did play well enough to win. Like, it obviously didn't matter because, we're the 7th team in NFL history to start the season 8-2 and finish out of the playoffs and go 8-9 for the second year in a row. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys something. About 90% of you guys that watch this video are not subscribed to the channel. Don't be a weirdo. Subscribe to the channel. Don't be part of the 90%. Be a part of the 10%. And let's get that 10% to 90%. So 90% of you guys that are watching are actually subscribed. That would help me out a lot. Cost you nothing. It's free and I'd appreciate it. So with Black Monday coming up, we're going to see if there are going to be any wholesale changes to this team as far as from the front office to the head coach, quarterback. There's a lot of questions that we have going into the offseason, and I'm excited to, discuss and give my predictions of what I would like them to do. But I think Black Monday is going to be a very exciting day, a very interesting day, and most likely a very stressful, annoying day for Colts fans because we'll talk about it a little bit later on, but I fully believe that we're going to be running it back like top down. Like Ballard will be back, Shane Steichen will be back, Daniel Jones will be back. 2 out of those 3 I'm not a fan of, but that's my prediction right now. We'll get into it a little bit more in the offseason, but they kind of speak a little bit more on the game. There were some positives on the defensive side that I did like Cam Mitchell had great hands in coverage. He was able to get his hands on the ball when the receiver caught it, or after the receiver caught it and knocked it out. And I believe after that, they never threw at him again for the rest of the game. Like that's a good sign. Like when you think about the Sauce Gardner trade, bringing in Travarius Ward in the offseason, having Justin Wally that we drafted, those are 3 top level guys. And if you have Cam Mitchell as your 4th cornerback, like we're looking very good in the secondary. It was also good to see Jalen Jones get out there and play some more. Like I feel like he was in the doghouse for the Jaguars game. His Jaguar performance was pretty terrible. So for him to make it back into the lineup and get some playing time was great to see. The middle of the defense on passing game, on passing downs, I don't know if it's blitz or linebackers that can't cover, but the middle of our defense is a weakness. Now, obviously, you can't have like a perfect defense. Like there's going to be some kind of weak spots or holes in your defense. Even in the greatest defenses, there's things that can be exploited. But I feel like the middle of our defense wouldn't be as exploited if we were healthy, if we had Buck in there, if we had Sauce and Travarius Ward to play one-on-one man coverage and maybe bring the safeties down a little bit, or maybe have linebackers that can blitz a little bit better or a better pass rush to kind of get the quarterback's clock going a little bit faster to kind of rush him in the pocket. But we don't have those options, so we can't really there's a growing faction of Colts fans that want Lou Anarumo fired. I do not understand that at all. I don't know what it is that people are watching or that they see. Like, obviously, the Colts defense today didn't play well. Like, the Colts starters against the Texans backup couldn't make any real stops, couldn't stop them from scoring in the end. And that's frustrating to see as a fan. You would think that your high-paid defensive players would make some plays out there, but they weren't able to. So that's disheartening, but I don't put that on Lou Anarumo. Like, Lou Anarumo didn't bring in Zaire Franklin. He didn't bring in Kwity Paye or Samson Ebukam. It's not his fault that Ward and Sauce are hurt. Like, those are things that he can't control. So as a coach with his scheme, I love it. I love Lou Anarumo. I do not want him going anywhere. And if you're one of those fans who wants him fired, let me know in the comments why you think that, because I don't get it. We don't have a Will Anderson. Like, Will Anderson is incredible. Run defense, pass defense, physical, violent, just goes out there and makes plays. He is incredible to watch. Like, it's going to suck because he's in our division and he's in his third year, and he's going to be a menace for the next 10 years, but he is so fun to watch. He's such a great player. Beat the brakes off of the Jaguars, and then we go to Houston, and you know what? I'm going to predict that A.D. Mitchell is the wide receiver that terrorizes the Texans in memory of T.Y. Hilton, and we win a division and make the playoffs. So we're going to have and another thing that is frustrating when it comes to talking about, going on to the offseason and what we're going to do, starting out 8-2 and missing the playoffs is one thing. It's another thing when the team in your division, the Texans, started 0-3 and are making the playoffs. Started 0-3, had injuries just like we did, missed multiple games without their starting quarterback like we did, but were able to rally and get it done and win games and get into the playoffs. Like, that's something, if I'm ownership, I'm looking at like, hey, how was that possible? Like, teams that start 0-3, like 98% of the time do not make the playoffs. Teams that start out 8-2, like 99% of those teams make the playoffs, and the opposite things happen for us and the Texans. So that's another frustrating aspect of this team and the construction of this team and the culture and the players and coaches, scouts, everything. That's a top-down institutional problem that we have with the Colts. And it seems like the only person that could stop Alec Pierce was the refs. Like, that was I'm not a big blame the refs kind of guy, but like throwing him out of the game for that bump, like, if you even want to call it that, pretty ridiculous. And I said it, I think maybe 2 games ago, that Alec Pierce is officially wide receiver 1. Watching Michael Pittman Jr. out there play the way that he played, the amount of drops he had, the third down drops in the end zone, like, I saw on Colts Twitter or Colts Reddit that if we just straight out cut Michael Pittman before July 1st or something like that, that we will save $24 million in cap. Like, we'll get $24 million. We'll have an extra $24 million. Or we could keep Michael Pittman Jr. and pay him $29 million next year. Based on what we've seen this season, does Michael Pittman Jr. look like a $29 million receiver? Based on what we've seen this year, I don't want to keep rehashing this, but based on their physical traits, their age, and their upside, was it the best decision to trade A.D. Mitchell and keep Michael Pittman Jr.? Like, could we have gone into the next season with Alec Pierce as wide receiver 1, Josh Downs in the slot, Tyler Warren, Jonathan Taylor, and A.D. Mitchell with his upside? And I'm not saying Michael Pittman Jr. is a bad receiver or a trash receiver, anything like that, but $29 million for his level of production. Did we not think we could find that in the draft? Like, do you not think that next season we could find a rookie in the 2nd or 3rd round that could give us that type of production? Because next season, when it comes to the pecking order in the passing game, it's going to be Alec Pierce number 1, Tyler Warren number 2, Josh Downs number 3, and then whoever that 4th guy is. Do you want it to be $29 million wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. or Ashton Dulin plus a 3rd, 4th round rookie? Like, or it could have been A.D. Mitchell. Like, I know he's not on our team anymore. I know he's a Jet. He always is. His best ability is his athleticism and his ability to get open. Now he obviously made dumb knuckleheaded plays, but that comes with inexperience, immaturity, being young, all that stuff. But whatever, I'm not going to keep harping on that. But yeah, Alec Pierce, they are calling him T. White Hilton, and I kind of like that as a nickname for him. So I don't know if that's going to catch on, but if it does, I hope it does. It's pretty hilarious. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting offseason. But like I said, what the hell? Why did we call Phillip Rivers when we had Riley Leonard right there? What the hell? Why are we paying Michael Pittman Jr. $29 million to drop passes in the end zone? What the hell? Why can't any of our linebackers cover anybody? What the hell? Why can't we get a pass rush? A lot of what the hells this season. So I can't wait to get into the offseason. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. We drop videos every Monday at 7 in the morning. Even in the off season, every Monday, 7 in the morning. Be right here. Go Colts.
Thanks for watching, babe. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.